Hi, my name is Edward, and I am currently a sophomore studying marketing in the WK Carey School at ASU. My venture is called Tradies, so it is a college social networking application for students to help to find friends or study buddies and want to emphasize in-person connections and help students find a community they belong to.
Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind your venture?
Yeah, definitely. So I am a out-of-state student. I used to live in California. I came to ASU with literally like zero connections. So I didn't have like anyone to guide me the way. Like I remember coming just into Phoenix Sky Harbor with literally no one to call. And then I had to kind of figure out my own way, going to school and everything, and getting my own resources. So that transition was pretty tough, just kind of coming into a place where I have completely no connections at all. But I wanted to find more people that I can hang out with. So I dormed in my first year of freshman year, and then I just found like people like hallmates, like roommates that I like to hang out with, but it wasn't really the people that I really wanted to have like a very long relationship with. Like I can have fun with them, we could go party, but like I'm interested in entrepreneurship, startups, businesses, whatever, but their focus isn't really there. So there's been times where I have to kind of just push myself in order to fit into the community, and I couldn't really find people who I want to really hang out with. Mm.
So every business owner has their why. So what was your reason for choosing the unconventional route of being an entrepreneur?
Because I've always tried to be a change maker. Like I didn't like how the status quo is going, and I wanted to be the one that actually made the difference. So, and then I felt that I had the power and the drive in order to do this. Like when I saw this problem coming up, when we interviewed a lot of different college students, we had like around 80 interviews, both in the Tempe campus and the downtown campus. When students just told us the stories about how they couldn't really find people who they wanted to be with, how they couldn't really navigate through college resources, they feel lost, they wanted to drop out. And every single person that said that to me, I felt that I'm looking in a mirror of myself, like from a few years back, right? I came to college with literally knowing nothing. Now, by finding the correct people, guiding to the right resources, I was able to become an entrepreneur, which one of my dream was. So like I want to become the person that can actually help them out as well. Like I want to help as many people I want to. So like no matter if it's like the stress of being an entrepreneur or like the sleepless nights, 3 a.m. at Noble Library, it's fine with me.
Like what would be a typical work day for you where you're balancing school and your business venture?
I have school, work, and business. So normally, like I have an 8 to 5 shift at the student center at ASU. So basically, at the front desk, just helping out a lot of students. Especially, I'm focused on international students, helping them guide to resources, focusing on like immigration problems, and that's typically like my 8 to 5. And then after 5, I'll probably work on some schoolwork, homework, deadlines. Let's do some papers. That normally takes around 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, and then around 7, I start going into my entrepreneurship mode. Yeah, so we'll have meetings every single Monday for updates. So like how each department is doing, like how tech is doing, how the development's doing, how the designs and marketing are doing. And then later we might have like small kind of meetings in Noble Library just to talk about what's our plan, what's our future plan, and what we wanted to do right now. And that typically goes pretty off track. Like we'll be talking about topic to topic, and then we end up 3 a.m. and then going back to sleep, back to the 8 to 5.
What is one of the favorite things about being an entrepreneur?
A big one would be working with people, especially like how the communication between you and your partners and how your kind of relationship develops once you kind of became from friends to partners. There's definitely times where like we forgot that we were friends at the really start, but like once we kind of became partners, we kind of just stuck together to each other. Like before we might say hi, and then on the road or like not very close to each other, but right now it's like I had to call them literally like every single hour. It's like, hey, how's this thing doing? And it really just helps like maintain the relationship between you and your partners. And that's what I really like about like just being very close with the people I care about and also being with people who have the similar mindset as me.
What would you say is one of the qualities that sets your business apart from others right now in the industry?
Right now in the social media market, everyone's trying to keep their people on their application, which right now we see that is a problem for a lot of people. Like despite so many different social media applications, so many like social networking applications, people are still feeling lonely. So currently, like a research from the National Health Library said that there's 77% of college students that has felt lonely at some time throughout their college experience, and out of that, 1 out of 3 of them have felt lonely frequently or always. So even though we see so many like social networking platforms technically allowing you to be with the society you want to be with, but it's not really working for like especially the college community. We have a loneliness rate higher than any other population outside. So we saw that and we said that what is the problem that's the social networking platforms that are not solving? And we realized that people have been going online for a really long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, a specific example is I'm doing long distance with my girlfriend, and it's definitely different compared to like just being there in person. So with that idea kind of in mind, we wanted to do, hey, like why don't we do like a social networking platform, but we want to end up in a real kind of in-person relationship. We can bring people together, which currently I believe that no any competitors of ours are currently doing. Everyone's trying to keep them online, but we're trying to move from phone to phone to face to face.
Along your entrepreneurial journey, what is one quality do you think that every entrepreneur should have?
The quality of being able to take any kind of punches or people bashing into your face, it's like a quality that you have to develop throughout time. Like I was at the start, I take care of like my personal kind of reputation a lot. Like I try to not make enemies or try not to offend people. But once people start kind of questioning your ideas, saying, hey, how is this idea going to compete with Facebook, Instagram? Like you don't back off, right? You need to have that kind of belief in your own idea that, hey, if I really wanted to focus on this idea, it will work one day, and hopefully it can be one of the most competitive applications on the market.
Mhm.
So sometimes when people just give you I don't know, like objections, or like people such as venture mentors or VCs or investors, they give you objections. Don't give up on your idea if you truly believe that it's impactful or it can lead to your goal. I believe that that's kind of one of the biggest problems where a lot of startups fail.
What advice would you give to someone who's just starting on their business journey?
I would say not to think about management until like maybe your business is on a very big scale. This is one problem that we realized after maybe going into 1 year. We try to run our startup with like 5 people in a very corporate way. Like we try to micromanage, we try to make people just kind of like feel like they're in corporate America, and it really doesn't help out as much. Because for example, let's say I needed to call a meeting, like an emergent meeting suddenly at like 1 p.m. today, but our scheduled meeting is at 3. Like for good kind of startup owners, we're like, yeah, 1 p.m. works, like we should definitely go on with the meeting. But like if you run it in a very kind of micromanaged way, like you're like, oh yeah, we have to wait for 3 p.m. instead of kind of just digging in. So this really slows down your process and it really deteriorates like your relationship with your partners, because like we just felt that we're being like, oh yeah, we have to stick onto a set schedule, which nobody really likes.
Is there anything that you would go back and do differently in your business journey, and what would it be?
Oh, definitely. A lot in finance, like spending on stuff that is needed instead of like we thought it was just kind of bluff. Like we spent a lot in marketing materials at the really start of our startup journey. I think it was like 2 months in, we were already ordered like I don't know, tablecloths, merch, stuff to get ready to market. But then we realized that we don't even have a product yet. What are we gonna market for? And then kind of like, oh yeah, people might know our name, but like the product's not out there. Like we're not getting downloaders. We're not no like people to download or people to use the application. So why do we market it as like so soon? Like people are gonna forget about it. It's not gonna stick onto their mind. And a lot of money onto marketing went to waste. We got like around 250 registered beta testers, but it's still that I thought that we could use maybe other ways instead of just pushing a lot of money onto marketing.
Is there a course at ASU that has helped you in your professional career? If not a course, maybe a organization on campus or anything like that?
Definitely. Venture Devils has helped us a lot throughout our kind of startup journey. Like they have a lot of mentors that gave very direct feedback. Sometimes you might not like to hear, but it's something that you definitely need to hear. Like you're not in maybe school anymore. You're not treated as a student. You're actually treated as an entrepreneur, and they will give you the realest feedback out there in kind of real life that you really needed to hear in order for your business to become successful. And then the WP Carey Entrepreneurship Center definitely helped out as well. They provide a lot of funds for students, especially with just like ideas that they're just starting up. And they also provide mentors such as MBA students that can work with you pretty closely. And we've managed to benefit a lot from the funding and also from the mentorship from either the directors and also networking events to meet with like fellow founders. Yep. And then I would say a class that one of my partner took, it was Entrepreneurship 302, I believe. Yeah, he said that this course taught him how to pitch the idea correctly, what the investors want to see, and it really prepped us up for like pitching competitions such as Changemaker, Venture Doubles, the Demo Day, and like a lot of outside of school competitions as well. You can go to our website www.tradiesofficial.com. So TRADIES official, and you can check out our latest updates and more information about our applications that's coming up, how we want to drive people from online communication to in person. And also follow our Instagram, Tradies at Tradies Official. You can just find it through search. And we also have a LinkedIn page, but it's not that developed. But it kind of just follows our journey in maybe getting awards, where we got featured, and what we've been up to lately.